So we have our nice oven door here, but we're trying to create a lip so that when the wood door goes in, it has a nice stop, so it knows where to stop and it doesn't want to slide all the way into the oven. So the first thing we did was we created a groove between the thermal layer, which is here, and the insulation layer, which is here, and we've carved a groove in between. And then Jim has taken a nice sticky clay straw mix. You can see it's really nice and sticky. And he's going to work that. He's made a tube, a rope basically, and he's going to work that rope into the groove, and that way we have a key. Our lip is keyed in to the existing oven door. And then he's just using his hand to roughly form the lip. And then we'll fine tune it with a trowel as he goes. So just taking that nice mix, align the straw a little bit, make a rope, and then that rope goes right into that groove, like so. So we've built our rough, really rough, messy bit rope, cob rope, that is worked into the groove that we made, and that's all the way around. And now we're going to make it pretty. So here's the side that just to show you what it's going to look like, nice and pretty. And we're going to do that to this rough bit. So what you do is hold something, a board, in this case I'm using just a wooden float, anything that gives you an even depth, in this case 1/2 inch, that you can press against firmly. And then Jim's going to again take his mix and he's going to push against the float. So he's giving it pressure and he's compressing into the wood and then screeding back to smooth it out. Do more. So pulling into the float to compress the front corner, especially at the bottom. The bottom takes the most abuse. The bottom is where you slide things in and out. You might bump it. You might have your pizza peel. So really compress the bottom. The more you compress clay, the stronger it is. And then we're going to slide the float up. And what we can do is see how it's just a little hairy. We can take the float sideways. And just even out that corner, and then we're going to slide the float up and do the next bit. So again, pushing into the float, compressing, and you don't have to add a ton of material here. You're really just adding that front lip. So you don't really, the back part you're just trying to make it pretty. Like it's not really structural back there. So pushing into the float. And as he moves up, then I want to slide with him. Or if you're doing this yourself, you just want to slide together. Slide one hand up with the float and one hand back. So your last step is going to be to really compress the lip. And you can use 2 hands to do this, one on either side, but you want to have pressure on either side of that corner and work your way all the way around. And that just makes it really, really strong, right where it's going to take the most abuse. My last step today is I'm going to build a little tiny fire in the oven. I want a small fire because my goal is to help dry the oven out. I'm not really trying to heat it up, I just want to dry it out. And I wanted to build the lip before I light the fire because once the clay really, really dries around that door, it's hard to get a good bond from the new clay to the existing clay. So it was important to build that lip before building my first fire. And there we go. Woohoo! She works!